And picking in back-to-back news on the latest situation in Afghanistan, Republic has learned that United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for a meeting of the permanent members of the Security Council to discuss the chaotic situation in Afghanistan. Let me bring in Crispino, my colleague, once again joining us from the Afghan desk in the Mumbai newsroom. UN Secretary General has called for a meeting of the permanent members of Security Council. That is the update that Republic is picking up. Crispino, what more do we know on the same?
Yes, Crispin, the United Chief has calls Permanent Security Council meeting on Afghanistan. Several diplomats have tweeted the latest developments that are happening right now in the aftermath of the Kabul blast. Now, UN Chief Antonio Guterres, remember, he had condemned the terrorist attack at the Kabul airport. He went on to say that, it underscores the volatility of the situation on ground in Afghanistan and strengthens the resolve as the world body continues to deliver urgent assistance across the country in support of the Afghan people. So at this point of time, what we are learning is that a meeting has been called for to take stock of the situation because the United Nations Security Council, remember, has been receiving a lot of flack. They've been receiving a lot of criticism on the handling of the entire situation in the aftermath of, the United States pulling out its troops from, Afghanistan. So there've been a lot of protests also world over. We had seen many protests, world over. And, and the terrorist attacks at Kabul only has raised the question of security, not just of the troops there who are pulling out, the American citizens as well as citizens of their allies, but also the security situation of the Afghanistan people. The people of Afghanistan have been injured apart from the US Marines, the US servicemen. What we need to understand that more than 60 people were injured in those Kabul attacks, and this only calls for a permanent solution to this entire problem, not just the Afghan blast, but the entire security situation right now. Because remember, Prithvin, before this there were terror signs, there were warnings. Many countries out there had put out alerts of an imminent security threat, an imminent terrorist threat. And what we had seen now is only it came to fruition. Those terror threats, in fact, were real. And we had seen the twin blasts that have rocked Kabul. UN chief right now condemning those attacks at the Kabul airport. And we have to see how this meeting of the UNSC pans out to be and what are the decisions taken. We're looking forward to concrete decisions taken for a permanent solution.
Yes.
The security situation right now at the Kabul airport being the most important part.
The entire world is angry. The global community is angry. Of course, there were signs coming in of this attack earlier on with United Kingdom, Australia and United States also, sending out warnings not once but repeatedly of a possible terror attack at the Kabul airport. But this incident has taken everyone by surprise and once again has unleashed so much violence on the streets of Kabul. Crispino, thank you for that update.